Welcome back to 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for 17 News at Noon. I'm Nicole Gitsky. We'll begin with more information on a plane that crashed near Tehachapi over the weekend. The Kern County Sheriff's Office confirms that the downed aircraft was located this morning between Tehachapi and Mojave.
This morning at approximately 8:40, the search resumed, and an aircraft was located in the area approximately 2 miles west of the intersection of Tehachapi, Willow Springs, and Oak Creek. It appears at this time that there is at least one deceased individual with the plane crash.
According to KCSO, the plane took off from Camarillo Airport on Saturday and was en route to Mammoth Lakes. KCSO says there were high winds and low visibility when the plane was supposed to pass through Saturday. Crews were called off late last night due to hazardous weather conditions, which lasted into the morning, and then resumed their search. Now, according to deputies, they believe only one person was on the plane. The coroner's office will release the identity of the individual at a later date. And California Highway Patrol is investigating a crash that left a woman dead. It happened Friday night in Wasco at the intersection of Leonard and Blankenship Avenue. According to CHP, the female was driving a Toyota Scion westbound on Blankenship Avenue. Now, for unknown reasons, the female drove past Leonard Avenue onto a private dirt driveway, over a dirt berm, and into a field where the vehicle overturned. The woman was not wearing her seatbelt and was pronounced dead at the scene. And switching gears now to the latest on the coronavirus pandemic here at home. Kern County is continuing to see a drop in hospitalizations. The Kern Department of Public Health announced 144 new cases with no new deaths reported. It's been 2 days now without any reported deaths. Our death toll remains at 687. We've had over 100,000 total cases. Currently, 19,000 people are recovering at home with the virus. According to the state health department, 194 people are hospitalized with COVID-19, 38 fewer patients than it was reported yesterday. 42 COVID patients are being treated in the ICU. That's also down today by 9 people. And as the number of new COVID cases starts to decline across the country, the vaccination effort is steamrolling ahead. So far, nearly 53 million people have received at least their first dose of the vaccine. According to the CDC, more than 14 million are fully vaccinated. The dip in new coronavirus cases has been fairly sharp, falling from 247,000 to 88,000 over the last 30 days, the CDC tracking shows. And Kern County's mass vaccination site at the fairgrounds will continue providing shots this week. And if you want to get your first or second dose of the vaccine, you can make an appointment starting tomorrow at 8 a.m. Doses will begin being administered Wednesday and last through Saturday. Kern Public Health says vaccine supply remains extremely limited, so try to book your appointment as soon as you can. Right now, it's walk-up only, but soon Public Health will open up the vaccination drive-through when vaccine supplies increase. Now, to make your appointment, just call 868-0165 starting tomorrow. A reminder, there are other places besides the fairgrounds that are offering vaccines. You can visit Kern Public Health's website for an interactive map of vaccine providers near you. Then call one of those sites to make an appointment. Just head to kernpublichealth.com. And the COVID-19 vaccine is now available in CVS pharmacies, including right here in Bakersfield. The vaccines are being administered by appointment only in select stores and given according to eligibility guidelines. Pharmacists, pharmacy assistants, and nurses are all trained to administer the vaccine according to the drugstore chain. They add that their pharmacy locations are prepared for cold storage of the vaccine. Appointments can be made on CVS website or by calling customer service. As of news time, appointments in Bakersfield are fully booked, but CVS says they are working to add more appointments to our area. For more information, just head to cvs.com and click on the Get COVID-19 Vaccine Info tab. And the University of Oxford plans to test its COVID-19 vaccine in children for the first time, becoming the latest vaccine developer to assess whether its coronavirus shot is effective in young people. The chief researcher on the Oxford vaccine trial says that while most children don't get severely ill from COVID-19, it is important to establish the immune response of those who might benefit from the shot. Experts say the Oxford trial should help policymakers decide whether they want to extend mass vaccination programs to children as they seek to ensure schools are safe. Regulators in more than 50 countries have authorized widespread use of the Oxford vaccine, which is being produced and distributed by AstraZeneca for use in people over the age of 18. And the CDC is providing some new guidance on how to have children safely return to in-person instruction. The agency is suggesting 5 key strategies for returning to the classroom. They include mask wearing, physical distancing, hand washing, cleaning and maintaining healthy facilities, and contact tracing, isolation, and quarantining. The CDC said that proper use of masks and maintaining at least 6 feet of distance should be mandatory for all students, teachers, and staff. The report also states that vaccination should not be a requirement for reopening schools, but strongly encourages communities to give teachers and staff high priority in vaccine distribution. And Houchin Community Blood Bank is now conducting COVID-19 antibody testing for all blood donors. Now, the blood bank still says they're in dire need of donations of all blood types, plus platelets, plasma, and COVID-19 convalescent plasma. When you donate, you will get your results from the antibody test within 7 days. If you are positive for COVID antibodies, you'll be eligible to donate COVID convalescent plasma, which is a proven life-saving therapeutic treatment for people hospitalized with coronavirus. And Houchin is teaming up with the city of Tehachapi and the Tehachapi Valley Recreation and Parks District to hold a blood drive later this month. The Tehachapi-wide blood drive is scheduled for Thursday, February 18th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. in the Recreation and Parks District's parking lot. The event was rescheduled from its original January date due to snow and freeway closures. Walk-ins are encouraged, but you can save time on the donor questionnaire by filling it out online at hcbb.com. And now to our continued coverage of the 2 missing boys from California City. It's been 56 days since 3-year-old Orson and 4-year-old Oren West were reported missing in California City, but the biological family has not given up hope. If you're driving south on Highway 99, you might see 2 familiar faces, those of 3-year-old Orson and 4-year-old Oren West. Oren and Orson were placed with the adoptive parents in California City when they disappeared. The biological family started a GoFundMe to raise money for 3 billboards. Within a week, they raised enough money for 2 billboards, but they need more than $1,000 to put up a 3rd one. They're hoping to put a 3rd billboard near Tehachapi on the way to California City. If you'd like to donate for the billboards, we have a GoFundMe link on our website at kget.com. And Thursday will mark 1 year since 2 firefighters died in a blaze after rushing into a burning library in Porterville. The fire happened February 18th in 2020. Captain Raymond Figueroa and firefighter Patrick Jones had gone into the library to see if anyone was inside. While he worked in Porterville, Captain Figueroa is a Delano native. 2 teenagers were later charged with lighting the fire. Because they are minors, no other details of their case have been released. The Porterville Fire Department will have a pre-recorded ceremony you can watch on its Facebook page Thursday at 4 p.m. And some sad news to report. The California Living Museum has announced their wild boar has died. According to Calm, over the weekend, Hammy died. 11 years ago, Hammy joined the zoo after becoming an orphan piglet who quickly outgrew his size. Calm describes him as extremely smart and quirky. They say he will be very missed. Just a reminder, today is President's Day, and if you need to mail something, you'll have to wait until tomorrow. The United States Postal Service will be closed today for the federal holiday. That means you won't need to go to your mailbox to pick up your mail either, unless you're expecting priority mail, which is still being delivered. All services will resume tomorrow. In our 17 Business Watch, how does the environmental impact affect your travel planning? Well, a survey of 9,000 adults in several countries finds more than half of respondents say the coronavirus pandemic has made them more socially and environmentally aware about the impact on the world when traveling. Now, how you relate to that statement may have something to do with your age. The survey found 78% of Americans ages 18 to 24 agree, compared to just 27% of those 55 and over. Overall, many Americans are willing to pay extra for accommodations they know operate responsibly. 47% of those surveyed said they would spend 40% extra per night for greener lodging. And speaking of green milkshakes are back at McDonald's. The seasonal Shamrock shake returns today for a limited time. The minty treat was created 54 years ago in celebration of St. Patrick's Day. Joining the Shamrock Shake for a second year is the Oreo Shamrock McFlurry. Also starting today on the McDonald's website, you can track by zip code where you can find High C. The fast food giant recently brought back the popular orange drink after several years of strong social media support.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Noon.
The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.